You are an educator. You have a choice of virtual worlds. You can go where you choose. What makes SpotOn3D.com different? Our EZPREZTools make presentation native. Easy inventory go from grid to grid. Universal registration. Universal avatars. EduMerge and micro-community. Community Conference Center, 100 people on a cloud, free forever accounts with 5 avatars, premium membership with full production level skills, protection. SpotOn3D.com. Different. Hello and welcome to GRIDwrap tonight, coming from the Somnolenta Sea, which is part of the Metaverse Island archipelago. In the background you can see our beautiful Metaverse Island. We're down one man today. Unfortunately Tessa can't make it today, but I do have a very special guest, and although we've had some trouble today, so he's bald and possibly soundless in words. So it's very, very, very grateful thanks to Akbar Kurtha for coming in today. Hello, Akbar, welcome.
Hello, it's good to be here, thank you.
Now, I'm going to describe you as star of 24 and of Syriana, and, well, many more things which we'll talk about in a minute, but also you're a producer and director as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Now, but people are going to be confused because quite a lot of people who watch this programme know that I'm in the UK, and they might actually make the assumption that you are. However, where are you at this moment?
I'm currently in Los Angeles because I live partly out here and I live partly out in London. So that's basically where my first life is, and my second life is obviously here right now on the net.
On the net. And you have actually appeared in something for Metaverse before, haven't you?
I have, yes. I've done a play for Metaverse TV.
Yeah, you did Lucy Listens, I think.
So I've done some stuff for Metaverse before. And I think, you and I have talked about in the past how sort of interesting this whole new media thing is and the potential that it has.
I think it is fantastic. Now, I think that you're developing a film for the net. That was the last I heard. Yes,
well, we're currently developing a potential 6-part web series, which is a comedy, and it seems that the new way in which to develop things in the current sort of economic climate, and with entertainment being as sort of as risky as it is to create stuff for the web. And once people become interested, then obviously the studios can take over, and then they can decide or can see the results and the fruit that the work is bearing, and then that seems less of a gamble. So yes, that's something. So it's a mockumentary that we're working on at the moment.
Are you allowed to tell us anything about it? Well, who's we for a start?
Well, basically, it's a very good friend of mine, Claudia, and she and I. What we did is we did this film some years ago with another friend of ours, Deborah. It was called That's For Me. Mm-hmm. And so it was a film that Claudia basically made, and since making it, and because it was low budget and obviously it cost a lot of money to distribute these things, etc., etc., it seems that very good, but how are we going to get it out to a new audience, or the audience we wanted to reach? So we decided to slightly reformat it and sort of develop what we'd already learned, or correct some of our mistakes, and develop a 6-part web series. So that's basically the background to it, and it's just basic. It's about God, it's about many things, but essentially it's about celebrity culture, and it's about reality TV, and how superficial we've become in society, and sort of our value system is all based on success and sort of becoming a celebrity and ascending that ladder, rather than sort of having more more integrity in one's life, and perhaps doing for other people.
Well, that's interesting. Now, why do you think there's been an influx of reality shows and talent shows? And I mean, it sort of started off with a little one. Why are they so popular?
I think first off, I mean, they're cheap. So I think as far as studios are concerned, they don't cost very much money. I think what helps them is that they are very popular, because I think people see themselves in some of the characters. And so, on a talent show or whatever, you see someone who perhaps has some skill, and you feel that you have those skills, so you identify with that person, or, you want them to do well because you can spot their talent, and you're involved in the process by voting, etc. And I think also, a lot of these shows create high drama, high real-life drama. So, a fictional story will be about, X possibly wanting to date Y, and day to day we all have our frustrations, and, we want to sock it to the bus driver, or we want to tell the shop assistant off, and, personalities are put in front of us that are either very extreme, or they're encouraged to behave in a very extreme way. And that becomes cheap entertainment, because it's people sort of having punch-ups, or almost getting into the point of having punch-ups. And I think people like that. They like to. It's sort of quite cathartic for them to see other people venting their crap in the way that perhaps you'd like to.
Or me specifically would like to, perhaps.
Yeah. So and then these people have become celebrities, and that in itself has kind of spawned a whole, new culture and franchise and various franchises, and so I think, for a young, influential audience, people think, well, look, I could be that person. It's no longer about sort of great actors with booming voices and going off to exotic locations. You can be a star right on your own doorstep.
So, the advent of YouTube and all those things, there's a lot of filming coming on. I mean, is your mockumentary going to be produced like that, or will it be on a website? I mean, Metaverse Television recently contributed as the sort of second unit to one film on the web, and they have a website. Is that the form that you're going? Is that the way that you're going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be a website. I mean, we haven't quite decided how we're going to do this, but my practice up till now has been to use my own websites, and then sort of direct people to those websites, because this is just one aspect that we're talking about, this mockumentary, but there's other things that I do. I obviously develop dramas, and I try to get people to take an interest. So I find that the web is a really easy way and a cheap way of getting the word out. So so I develop various ideas. I put people's auditions on the web. I also have been working. What
do you mean? You put people's auditions on the web?
Well, being in Los Angeles, everything is about putting actors on tape. You don't really meet the director at the first stage. You meet them at the second or the third stage. So people aren't always available to go into the casting room. So if I can record their audition for them, I record the audition for them, and if they do it themselves, then they send it to me, and then I put it up on a website. And then I send the link to the casting director or whoever it might be and say, here's the audition. So it means that you can still be in the loop, even though, you may not be available that day, and it means you don't blow your chances. So I do that. And also recently I've just been working just purely by circumstance on a few wedding videos. So again, that's another thing.
Wedding videos. How did you get into the wedding business? This is LA. What's it doing to you?
Yeah, I know. I'm just becoming this sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a jack of all trades.
Renaissance man, or something.
I guess Renaissance man, but jack of all trades and master of none may also be the appropriate description. But yeah, so I had some friends of mine had their wedding videoed, and rather bizarrely, it wasn't edited for them, which I found very strange. But this could be an American thing that I don't know. So I offered to edit it for them, and they liked it. So now I'm editing the cousin's wedding video. She got married about a month later. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's a nice way of getting. It's like the whole sort of Facebook generation. People want to share in other people's lives, particularly your friends and your loved ones. So it's a nice way of putting those things out there and making the world a smaller place. So if you can't attend the wedding, you can certainly be a part of it. And it's not about sending DVDs out and that kind of stuff. So I do think that the web is full of sort of a lot of potential, and you just have to see what you can do with it.
Okay, so I mean, there is a difference, isn't there, particularly between the way that you market yourself in America and you might market yourself in Europe. What do you think is the predominant difference with that? Is it the fact that you're taping yourself all the time, or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think America is all about how it comes across on camera. It's all about advertising. It's all about people in offices deciding your fate based on sort of things that are really not anything to do with your talent. It's almost to do with your hair. Is your look a good look, and the advertisers want to invest in the show that you might be on. So that's very different from a British point of view. I'm not saying that the Brits don't vet people and they don't go for stars and that kind of stuff, but it's more about the actor and what the actor has accomplished. And here it's almost you're more of a model than you're an actor. So here you have to learn how to sell yourself more than perhaps you do in the UK. Because you literally have a couple of minutes to go in and do your thing and try and impress people and leave an impression. Whereas in the UK, you might sort of have 15 or 20 minutes, But what I'm really enjoying about my sort of Los Angeles experience, my education here, is that, I think in LA people know how to sell. And so, I'm going back to London and I'm going to be developing a play in December, and one of the things that I'm thinking about is recording the rehearsed reading, putting it on the web, and only making that accessible to potential venues. So very quickly, because all too often people kind of go, oh well, we can't come, and could you send us the script, and you have to kind of get through all of that. Whereas if you say, click on this, here are some highlights, click on this, here's the whole thing, click on this, download the script. You make it as easy as you possibly can, using all of this technology that we have to sell the product. And I think these days, we're so sort of centered around our computers and our laptops that if you can present it to people, then they're more likely to buy it. So I think LA is teaching me that, and I think the Brits might be a little bit lukewarm in terms of responding to that, but I'm going to be quite pushy about it because I think it's an excellent way of getting the word out there. Well, it's stupid. I mean, literally. So
beware, UK.
Well, yeah, because you can make yourself a cup of tea, and even if you think, oh God, not another video, you can watch 30 seconds, you can scroll through, you can watch a couple of minutes, at least it doesn't take that. By the time you've kind of surfed all the other crap that you surf through during the day, you might as well see something that may be of interest to you or to your work. So, I'm kind of excited. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on. You're excited.
No, so I'm excited about, all these new skills that I'm learning and the possibilities.
And I think you've been filming, haven't you? You've been filming on the Mac. Have you done anything with that?
Yeah, I've been filming various things. I mean, it's